And welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Monday, January 31st. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories right here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com, and here are some of the news stories from the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The Cherokee Nation Tribal Council has asked the tribe's highest court to restore a constitutional amendment approved by voters that would deny citizenship to non-Native American descendants of tribal members, former black slaves. Besides asking Cherokee Nation Supreme Court to overturn a district court ruling that voided the amendment, the tribe also asked for more time to process some citizenship applications. A January 14th ruling by Judge John Cripps nullified the 2007 voter-approved amendment requiring tribal citizens to have a Native American ancestor listed on the Dawes Roll on grounds it violated an 1866 treaty between the tribe and the federal government that granted citizenship to the freedmen and their descendants. The district court ruling came in the case of hundreds of non-Native American descendants who received notices after the amendment passed that their citizenship with the Cherokee Nation was being terminated. There were so many who challenged the election outcome that the court appointed a lawyer to represent them and treat all appeals as a class action. Navajo lawmakers have chosen Johnny Naize as the new head of the tribe's legislative branch. The fourth-term lawmaker will preside over tribal council meetings for the next 2 years. He was selected in a runoff with Lorenzo Bates. The two were among 5 candidates who were nominated for the post. Naize succeeds Lawrence Morgan as the Speaker of the Council. Morgan did not seek re-election last year. The selection of a Speaker was the first line of business last week for the 24 lawmakers meeting in their first regular session. The Council was reduced from 88 members in a special election during the year 2009. Eugene R. Virden has been named Regional Director of the Bureau of Indian Affairs Alaska Regional Office in Juneau. BIA Director Michael S. Black made the announcement last week. Virden had been the acting regional director since December of 2009. He is a member of the White Earth Band of the Minnesota Chippewa Tribe. The Alaska office oversees 2 agencies serving 229 federally recognized Alaska Native tribes and villages. A group of South Dakota senators has introduced a bill that would let American Indian veterans of the National Guard attend tribal colleges with state aid. The bill would require the state to pay half of the tuition for veterans attending a tribal college. Now veterans get half tuition at state public universities. Senator Ryan Mayer, a Republican who represents several counties on Indian reservations, says the bill would help veterans who feel a cultural divide at schools away from their reservation. But a state budget analyst says the bill would add new costs to an already strained budget and allow other private schools to push for similar funding. Pronghorns are reasserting themselves as the fastest land mammals in Washington state thanks to a sportsmen's group that joined with the Yakama Nation for an end run around state bureaucracy and environmental red tape. Volunteers from Safari Club International and tribal members released 99 of the prairie speedsters this month on the Yakama Reservation in Washington after trucking them 700 miles from their capture site in Nevada. Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife officials said they are supportive of the reintroduction. However, by not involving the state agency in the pronghorn capture and release, the Yakamas avoided dealing in advance with issues that get sticky from government agencies. The Yakama Nation would not allow its members or wildlife biologists to be interviewed for this story despite numerous requests last week. Pronghorns, also known as antelope, are a unique North American mammal that thrives in sage country and wide open spaces where they can leave danger in a dust at speeds of 50 to 60 miles an hour. Hopi members have voted down a proposed constitutional change that would have made sweeping changes to their tribal government. Tribal members voted 656 to 410 last Thursday against revising the Constitution first adopted in 1936. It recognizes the inherent sovereignty of 12 Hopi villages that form the tribal government on the northern Arizona reservation. The proposal sought to reorganize the government from a unicameral system with most powers resting with the tribal council to one with 4 branches, creating a presidency and vice presidency as well. The tribe will stick with a popular elected chairman and vice chairman who are part of the tribal council. The turnout surpassed the 30% requirement to make the election valid. A western Arizona high school teacher was killed in an auto accident last week. The Mohave Daily News reports 29-year-old Valerie Palermo passed away last Thursday at a hospital in Fort Mohave. Fort Mohave Tribal Police say Palermo was riding in a sports car when the car left the roadway and flipped over. Authorities says the Mohave high school teacher was transported to a local hospital where she later passed away. Police say the driver, 32-year-old Robert Day, was taken to University Medical Center in Las Vegas. The hospital said he was in fair condition. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. Me, Gwetch, for showing up. Come back again soon.